Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Monday the 28th of March 2022. It's a privilege to be here, viewers, to bring to you the events that happened in Trinidad and Tobago during the course of today. All the issues that we will be dealing with, viewers, I'm humbly asking of you to call in tonight. 238-6716 is our phone line, viewers, to have a live discussion with us as we remain on air for the next hour. So remember, 238-6716. We are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, where we highlight the issues and we also allow you to voice your concerns towards the issues. So viewers, special good night, Trinidad and Tobago. Remember, we are live on Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook. We're also on YouTube, TT Real Talk. Subscribe, you will know when we go live. Of the Caribbean, around the globe, a special good night to you. So viewers, call your friends, call your family, and let them tune into the #1 current affairs program. We bring you news, but we bring news to you in a different way, more in depth, where we can relate. There's no other program that brings news to you like the way we bring it to you. The best. So remember, Real Talk Group of Companies is giving you a 3.5% viewers on our fixed deposit that is set up with our company. We also offer small loan to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. As long as you have some form of security, some form of collateral, viewers, you can contact our office at 238-6716, 339-1670, that is Central. You have 242-7690 or 339-1670, that is South. So as we start off our program tonight, viewers, we just want to send out condolences to the family and friends of soca star Dexter Stewart, also known as Blacks. Blacks has died. This was confirmed by his manager, Giselle Penrose. The 61-year-old battling COVID-19 in the intensive care unit at the Arima Hospital. He was in the hospital since March 4th. In 2020, Blacks was hospitalized with lung and kidney issues. So condolences to the family of Blacks. I know it's a tough time for them. And we also want to send condolences to the family of Trinidad and Tobago first magician, Dr. Abracadabra, also known as Diraj Sirnarayan. He passed away at the age of 93. He has entertained politicians dating back to Dr. Eric William and Sir Ellis Clark days. So viewers, two popular figures known in Trinidad and Tobago has passed away. We wish that God would grant the strength in a time like this to the family so that they will be able to be strong in this time. So moving along, viewers, as we start up our program tonight, the Ministry of Education has outlined a series of guidelines and measures to facilitate the reopening of schools for students. Education Minister Dr. Nian Gasby-Dolly has revealed that a measured approach will be taken. Mandatory mask wearing among students will be a critical feature, as well as social distancing and proper sanitizing. SEA to be held on Thursday, the 31st of March 2022. That is this Thursday this week. All schools will reopen to in-person teaching and learning from Tuesday, the 19th of April 2022. There will be no rotational schedule for face-to-face classes, and classes will be held on every school day. The school feeding program is also set to resume according to the ministry officials. Dr. Gasby-Dolly also assured the issue of school violence was actively being pursued and addressed. So viewers, just a little update concerning school reopening in Trinidad and Tobago. The vaccinated and unvaccinated will once again be able to congregate as most health regulation will be removed from April 4th. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley stated that TNT is moving quickly to a situation since the country is a different population today than the population that existed in March 2020.
Trinidad and Tobago is moving very quickly to a situation where the COVID restrictions in totality will be removed. So we are a different population today than the population that existed in March 2020. Completely different. And that is why we could now take these, I don't want to say risk, and I don't want to say liberties. We can take these appreciations of not being restricted by the actions that we took to respond when we were a different population and when the viral variant was different and far more dangerous.
Now viewers, Dr. Rowley added that he spent many nights awakened, wondering what the next day would bring, and now more needs to be done on preserving livelihood.
I want to say to the population that we are in a much better place today than we were at Christmas last year. As Prime Minister of this country, I, like the doctors and nurses, spent many nights awake wondering what daybreak will bring and what the next day would bring. Because there were times during this pandemic where the mutation was such that human beings were not sure what our survival rate and ratio would have been. Given what we have done along the way, in that we had to preserve lives and livelihoods, we are now in a position to say that the preservation of life seems to be something that we can take credit for. And we need to do more on the side of the equation of preserving livelihoods.
Now viewers, he also thanked Education Minister Gasby Dolly, who worked with the stakeholders to find possibilities to get children back to school at the earliest opportunity despite difficulties. The PM stated that children were encouraged to be vaccinated.
While there were significant difficulties in keeping our schools open, once again we can look back and say we carefully and cautiously opened the doors, brought out the numbers, encouraged our children to be vaccinated. Many of them, I think, 60,000 children were vaccinated, and that allowed the unvaccinated ones also to have an opportunity, because the more vaccinated persons you had, the easier it made life for the unvaccinated. It wasn't that we were separating people. It was trying to reduce the effect that the virus could have had on the overall population. And today, I simply want to say that the level of responsibility that we place on the individuals in this country remain. And now that we are opening up as we are doing, now more than ever, it is an individual responsibility.
Now viewers, he reminded persons that the threat of COVID-19 remains real, and there is a still and need for individual responsibility. Now Trinidad and Tobago, yes, we are opening back, we are removing restrictions. The country will be opening back between the 4th and the 19th of Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, we are thankful for that, but remember, we still have a virus to fight. It is there. It is not going anytime soon. We just need to take extra precaution in doing what we do. COVID-19, we have to address and make it a virus in our life today. We have to move with it. It is not going to just get up one morning and just fade away. It is not going to do that. So we need to make sure and always have a sanitizer on us. Anywhere you go, you know, you sanitize, you wear your mask. It is something I have always been saying. I have never condemned COVID-19 for entering Trinidad and Tobago. What I have condemned at some point in time was the way that the government was handling it. Not many of us were happy. Not many of us were. But nevertheless, we are at this stage where the entire country is opening back up. Work, bars, fast food, funerals, weddings, you name it. Everything is going back to the way it was as of 2019. You know how it was in 2019? Everything up and running. So we are in 2022. By the first, second week in April, we're going to be up and running. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but nevertheless, we want to hear from you after the break.
Do you want to make the best investment but not sure where to turn? Put your mind at ease and worry no more. Real Talk Group of Companies is giving you a whopping 3.5% interest on your investments. Come on down and visit us today. We have 2 convenient locations just for you. Visit us at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Sit back and watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670, or 242-7690. Our team of professionals are waiting for you. Grab this opportunity and invest today. Real Talk Investment, helping real people make real money. This ad was paid for by the Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, again, I remind you, Real Talk Group of Companies is giving you 3.5% on a fixed deposit that is set up in our company. The highest interest rate that is being paid out in Trinidad and Tobago on any fixed deposit. It doesn't matter where you go. When you want to make money, when real people want to make real money, contact me. 339-1670, viewers, and set up a fixed deposit in our company. You're making money. You have your 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, 200,000 put down for years in a financial institution, and it's just not generating enough funds for you. It's not, because when the institution finish tax year, well, that is it. The little you get it gone. Why not call Real Talk Group of Companies Central Office 238-6716 or 339-1670. Set up an appointment, come in, and we will have a discussion. Or if you're from the South area and you want to go down to our South branch, 242-7690 or 339-1670, and we will be glad to accommodate you. Imagine 3.5%. Now let me break it down for you, for those of you who do not know the percentage rate of 3.5 on your fixed deposit. So if you have 100,000, right, and you contact Real Talk Group of Companies, you contact me, you come in, we sitting down, we having a discussion. Saeed, what is this 3.5 about? 3.5% is 3,500 per year on your fixed deposit. So if you have 100,000 and you decide to set up a 3 years investment with Real Talk Group of Companies, each year you are getting 3.5% on your 100,000, meaning each year you will get 3,500 interest. Multiply 3,500 by 3 years. That will be 10,500 at the end of 3 years. Imagine that. Where you getting that? Nowhere in Trinidad and Tobago. Absolutely nowhere. So if you want to make an investment for yourself, for your children, for your grandchildren, contact me. 339-1670 or 238-6716. It's the best way of saving money, viewers. It is the only way you can get extra income on your hard-earned cash that you have put down in any financial institution. Only Real Talk Group of Companies giving you that. Nowhere else. So as we continue our program tonight, viewers, staying on No More Safe Zones, the acceptance of antigen test kits for people entering the country, this came into effect from yesterday. The travel pass system remains in place. Safe zone operations have been dismantled through masks must be worn in public space, except for sporting activities where there remains option but carries no legal requirement. So if you're at the football or at the cricket, you're okay. You don't have to wear your mask. You don't have to. Now, the legal requirement remains in public space. You go to the bank, you go to the grocery, you go to the market, you go to a store, you must wear your mask. All restrictions to beach and rivers have been removed. This comes into effect on April 4th. There is no limit to public gathering effective April 4th. So viewers, on April 4th, any amount of people could go on the beach, any amount of people could go down by the river. Any amount. There is no limit to public gathering from April 4th. So that is just a reminder to you. Cora River. You know they have a scene every Monday is Cora. Every weekend is Cora. So you're free to go now, viewers. Moving along, stakeholders are now satisfied that Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley's decision to stop safe zones on April 4th, believing it to be long overdue. Peter George was among the first to call for an end to safe zones and is pleased to hear of this its abolishment. Now, he believes the road ahead towards economic recovery requires creative and innovative leadership and decision-making to review the economy. Movietown owner Derek Chin also shared George's sentiments. The safe zone should have ended long ago, as he believes the government may need to assist small business. The Barkeepers and Owners Association of Trinidad and Tobago President Satish Monasar echoed that need for populations responsible behavior. This is what they are saying. The bars want people to be responsible with proper behavior. The stakeholders also believe it will take an immense effort and some time for their sectors to recover from the pandemic economic fallout. So viewers, as of April 4th, everything goes back to normal in Trinidad and Tobago, but just remember to wear your mask in public spaces. You go to the mall, wear your mask. You go to the grocery, you go to the market, you go to the stores. Do the honorable thing and follow this little protocol. That is all. And you will continue your day-to-day activities as you go along. Trinidad and Tobago is opening up. The beaches, the rivers, the movies, the party, the weddings, the funeral, everything. Farewell on a Friday night. Haven't? Farewell on a Friday night. So viewers, it's gonna be a nice thing, knowing that money will start generating back into people's pocket. You know, and I used to always say, you know, as long as people leaving Trinidad and coming into Trinidad, money will start circulating. It will start circulating. But there's only one problem we're going to be having. How do we fix the Forex problem in Trinidad? Meaning, how do we fix the US currency situation in Trinidad? How do we fix it? That still remains an issue. I am paying up to $8 for US dollar. Just imagine that. $8. When we could have gone to the bank and just put in a request for 10,000 US and you would get it. Now it's a restriction. You have US in the bank and you can't even get it. You have to line up to get your own money, $20 a month. Imagine that. It's sad, you know. It's stinking sad. But who controls the Forex? The US in Trinidad. Somebody have control over it. Somebody. Call a good night.
Hi, good night, Saieed. You know, when the ex-governor, Mr. Jwala Rambaran, was saying where the Forex was going, he was fired. The man make a correct statement who is getting the Forex and what is the problem. Now, if we was earning Forex when we were exporting, you know, we had petrotron, we had sugar, all these kind of things, wouldn't that bring Forex to us? Now we have to use Forex to import these things. So these people, I don't know now, what is of concern to me, sir? You have regional leaders, international leaders, prominent leaders, you know, saying about our country falling apart. What is it, you know, this man just shift this aside. When you see people, well, look at what is happening in our country. You know, how much oil boom we have. Where is our savings? The savings that we have is being depleted by this current government. That it is in this context that, you know, regional leaders say we are falling apart. It is only the government and their supporters, you know, they want to put their head in the sand and say, no, nothing is wrong. This is alarming, Belsa. If we cannot stand up now, our children, our grandchildren would bear the brunt of this, you know. It is time, because since these people came into office 7 years ago, you know, our foreign reserves, our savings, heritage and stabilization, everything is depleting. Jobs are lost, all these kind of things. Now look at something, the national insurance system. They are complaining that they are not having funds. The government is responsible. When you are closing down places like Caroni and Petrotrin and so much places that has been closed down, where is it the workers who will contribute to the system, to the scheme? And this is a problem because these people are pulling this country down and down. And I think we have reached a stage now. Recovery from this is difficult. And the next point, so you know, they're promoting all this thing. I mean, they say an ex-Calypsonian has passed away. This was one of the men who was promoting take vaccine again. Why is it the government is not come and, you know, saying, look at the other Calypsonian Kenny, whatever his name was, and he was promoting it too as well. So something this government does not have a clue how to operate. So it is time, one way or the other, that this government must go. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali have stated that he was not distracted nor concerned by the comments made by a Guyanese politician about the state, and I will say that again, about the state of TNT economy. The PM stated that there were many comments in the public which had been both good and bad, but he was not concerned.
There are a lot of people in Guyana, and I am not really distracted by Vice President Jagdeu's comments about us. A lot of people comment about us, some favorably and some not. We will not be distracted by that.
Earlier this week, Guyanese Vice President Barra Jagdeu said TNT was falling apart.
Because if we don't do that, when the oil money grows, we'll be poorer than many countries in the world. Look what's happening in Trinidad now. Trinidad is falling apart, and that's putting it mildly. Falling apart. No jobs, no sustained periods of negative growth. Can't see the light of day for the nearest future. For the near future.
Now listen to this, hear this. Jagdeu has come under heavy criticism since and has defended his statement, adding that a lot of Trinidadians agree with him. He added that this has nothing to do with just Rowley, but the fact that the TNT economy relies only on one sector.
I've had a lot of calls from Trinidadians too who said, we agree with you.
I've tracked what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago for quite a while, and what I've said before there is not anything new. Every day it's being said in Trinidad and Tobago itself by people, common people, as well as people in every circle. The groups that come here on the private sector, they say this all the time. Now the fact is that Trinidad, and this is indisputable, that its economy is heavily reliant on one sector, oil and gas sector. That's a fact. I've had discussions with several leaders there about a post-oil and gas economy. So this has nothing to do with just Rowley. This is the fact of the economy in Trinidad and Tobago over a long period, growing to rely only on one sector.
So Trinidad and Tobago, is Barra Jagdeo wrong? I'm asking you tonight. I am Saieed Ali, and I am asking you tonight, is Barra Jagdeo wrong? He's the Vice President for Guyana. How much sectors does it have in Trinidad and Tobago that we are dependable on? Not agriculture, not fisheries, not lumber, not steel production, but what? Oil and gas. When the oil go up, Trinidad and Tobago go up. When the oil goes down, Trinidad and Tobago down the pipeline. Call good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali. I agree with the Vice President of Guyana. Because really, when Guyana went to the election a couple years ago, about, I think it was in 2019 or 2018, when Guyana Rowley went there, and the Americans who was there didn't want nothing to do with Rowley. Rowley had to leave Guyana, right, for the Americans to start the talk. All right, thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Now, Jagdeo stated that over the years, Guyanese nationals entering TNT have been treated horribly and will not be bullied into making decisions about its economy. The local business community also noted that while they understood the point Jagdeo was trying to make, his pursuit of the matter was distasteful. So hear this. Which of the local business community now, I'm asking, which of the local business community felt his point was distasteful? I am a Trinidadian. I born and grew up right in Trinidad here. I traveled on the outside to do business. But I am a Trinidadian. And what point did Jagdeo make? I want to hear from the local business community. Because I am a businessman right here in Trinidad. What part of his point was distasteful or disrespectful? What part? I want to hear from the local business community because I am a businessman right here in Trinidad. Right here in Trinidad. And we depend on a sector which they call oil and gas. According to Rowley, why did they shut down the refinery? Because of production low. Correct all? Isn't that correct? Because of production low. So hear this. You close down Petrotrin, you close down the refinery, you facilitate heritage. You facilitate heritage. What heritage doing? They exporting refined product to sell to us, the citizens of Trinidad. When we could have been buying raw product, bringing it to Trinidad, refining it, selling it to us here in Trinidad, and export it. Let's talk now. I want to hear what business community saying that Jack Dale's statement is distasteful. I want to hear which community saying that. Because just how you have business in Trinidad, I have business in Trinidad. Just how you are a born Trinidadian, Trinity to the bone, I am a born Trinidadian, Trinity to the bone. Rowley said we shut it down because there was no production. They couldn't get the amount to keep it running. What Paria doing? What Heritage doing? Let's come now and talk. I want to hear, let's say something. The local business community, you understand what he's saying? No, they do not understand what the man is saying. You don't understand. Because let me tell you something to the local business community. If you understood what Jagde was saying, you would have understand. But you're not understanding. Let me tell you something. The government of the day could have bought raw oil, not refined oil, raw oil, and ship it in by the tanker full to the refinery, refine the raw oil into, crack it into different products. We would have bought it right here in Trinidad and we would have been able to export it. And get what? US revenue to boost what? The economy of Trinidad and Tobago. What are you trying to tell me about? The man make a disrespectful statement and a distasteful statement. Let me tell you something. If you have a parlor running and you don't want to move your parlor from a parlor to a grocery, you would only have the knowledge of a parlor. I am telling you that. If you're running a double stall and you don't want to move from doubles to aloo pie, you will only know about doubles. While those selling doubles and aloo pie will understand the scenario of doubles and aloo pie. So don't try to make a statement and saying that the man make a statement and it's distasteful. The same local business community now catching their nenin to get US dollar to bring in the product. Why them say that's a distasteful thing? Why them say that? They cannot say nothing. You have to keep your tail between your legs and zip your mouth. All they want to tell me about the man make a distasteful statement. The local business community in Trinidad and Tobago need to buck up and start demanding actions. That's what they're supposed to do. Jagdeo, hear how smart Jagdeo is. Jagdeo thinking about using the oil and gas resources and creating something different for his Guyanese national. So today, tomorrow, the oil price drop. They're going to have a stable economy in something else. What we want doing? The local business community, I want you to tell me what we want doing. We want said because of production they had to shut it down. Because of common sense that was given. We could have buy raw oil on the outside, bring it into Trinidad, refine it, crack it, get 2-3 different products and sell it back on the outside. When you want to tell me about this distasteful statement, let me tell you something. All you catch all yourself. Because if all you catch all yourself, all you're going to be shutting down all your business one by one. I telling all you that. Because I will tell you something. If they had nobody standing for you, just like how Saieed is stand for you. Because when I push for no bail for repeat offender of a firearm, it also protecting all your business. It also protecting all your business. That is why they don't like me, you know. This is one reason why I don't beg for nobody to run out on my program, you know. Because when I talk, it will fall in people's garden. And I am a businessman just like all you in Trinidad. So we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, I want to hear from you. 238-6716 is the phone number to call in.
Do you want to make the best investment but not sure where to turn? Put your mind at ease and worry no more. Real Talk Group of Companies is giving you a whopping 3.5% interest on your investments. Come on down and visit us today. We have 2 convenient locations just for you. Visit us at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Sit back and watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Do contact us now at 238-6716. 339-1670 or 242-7690. Our team of professionals are waiting for you. Grab this opportunity and invest today. Real Talk Investment, helping real people make real money. This ad was paid for by the Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. The new Minister of Rural Affairs and Local Government, Saieed Ali, has stated that the property tax will be beneficial to person and used the funds that needs for local government. Al-Rawi stated that funds from property tax will go into serving the persons because it is something critical to life. Since when that become critical to life? Since when? It's only when you're in the game and you understand how the dice rolling, you will know the true meaning of politics. He also added that the money that comes from property tax will go into a statutory fund. Listen to this.
Madam Speaker, we are seeing in the context of the new Part 5, the introduction of Section 77 to 81 of the bill which the report proposes, we are saying, Madam Speaker, that the money for property tax is to go into serving people, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, this bill allows for the greatest form of equity. This bill is not a UNC and a PNM division. Madam Speaker, let me tell the good people of Trinidad that property tax, Madam Speaker, in local government, because that's the Trinidad issue, property tax is something that is critical to life, Madam Speaker. Let's look at the financial provisions. This bill proposes, as the report recommends, the inclusion of a new Part 5, the old Part 5. We're returning Section 77 to 81 of what was in the Municipal Corporations Act, and we are saying that the money that comes from property tax is to go into a statutory fund.
All you forget, let me tell you something. Individuals, businessmen, who own multi-story dwelling apartments does not have to pay property tax. Don't forget that, Trinidad and Tobago. You know who implemented? Colin Imbert. So when he wants to talk about the property tax will serve the person, if we collect property tax from these businessmen and them who have multi-story dwelling apartment, you know how much money that going to be? I'll come now, open all your mouth. Call a good night.
A very good evening to you, Mr. Said.
To you, my friend.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Energetic this Monday night.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, you see, all these businessmen is a bunch of makaram, and what they're doing is everybody line up tickets Rowley Ring to get a favor done. And the truth is hurting. And probably Jackdale Barrett has to be looking at your program, because just looking at it, apart from all the ministries not functioning, no proper service is rendered to the citizenry. When he look at probably what showing about the roads and the infrastructure, Trinidad really has to be falling apart. All the best. Have a great evening.
Thank you, my friend. Hey, talking about that, where all the road tax money gone? Who that benefit? Let come now, man. Businessmen who own multi-story dwelling apartment, them don't have to pay property tax. Is the poor man? Is the poor man have to dig in their pockets? Not the who own in multi-story. What do you want to tell me about benefit the citizens? Boy, let me tell you something. I'll come again, you know. It's Saieed all you're dealing with. The minister condemns comments by oppositions, which he said degraded the work of local government office. All the time, local government office running. Forex didn't have nothing to say. Embo didn't have nothing to say. As soon as I reshuffle the government and Forex gone to local government, all of a sudden now, Embo want to raise councillor pay. Why they didn't do that when Kazim was there? I wonder how Kazim feeling now. Poor fella. Poor fella. He just had to stay quiet. He stated that the dignity in service to the people has been reduced to rats and CPEP. And as the MP coming from local government, it is a great pleasure for him to serve the country. Listen to this.
I have listened in the last couple of days to more scorn and more attention on a minister of local government, rural development than I've ever heard in my life. All of a sudden, the dignity of serving people where it matters, in their markets, in their homes, in collecting their garbage, in making sure the potholes in the road are there. That's been reduced to rat and CPEP. You heard St. Augustine a little while ago? Fancy talk and pocket square. What do I mean? Madam Speaker, as a member of Parliament, coming from local government as I have, having served as an alderman, having worked at the Tunapuna Piako Regional Corporation, my grandfather, my grandmother, having served in the county councils, I come from generations of service, Madam Speaker. This is the greatest pleasure. But I know what troubles them, Madam Speaker. What troubles them is the fear that a government can get it done.
It is a fear that the government could get it done. Kazim Hussein was there for 6 years. I'm talking about a PNM minister now. He was there for 6 years. What has been done under his ministry as far as jumping the pot, councillors getting an increase in pay? All they talk now, man. All they talk that is raw facts I talking here. Trinidad and Tobago is seeing it. I don't have to talk about, but what? Fancy suit and square pocket. I have fancy suit and my pocket square. So then I could talk. I Saieed could talk. Because my suit fancy and my pocket square. So I have a say in this matter. Boy, all I feel is joke. Caller, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
My friend.
Sorry, concerning the statements about Jack they'll make, buddy. As far as I see, right, I watched the man's video and then I watched the confirmation of what he was saying, clarification video. And all the man talking there is facts, you know.
Correct.
The man is talking nothing there but
you
facts.
See,
no bacchanal talking.
What,
facts the man talking.
Caller, what people don't understand, Trinidad and Tobago have been dependent on one sector their entire lifespan.
Yeah, see the problem inside. You asked a question and also and you was asking what it is Trinidad and Tobago diversify the resources.
Correct.
The income on, right? You want me to tell you where they diversify the economy on? They take all the profits from all the oil and gas and they put it in offshore bank accounts. From the red party to the yellow party, both sides.
Well, I know.
Offshore bank accounts hiding all over the world.
I know. I can't say that one, my friend.
It's alleged, right? That is where we money going. But at the end of the day, we have to live with all the nonsense that's taking place here. Just imagine Forex to go and talk about pothole and market and all kind of things. Why you don't go in Parliament and say the real reason why Rowley demoted him? That's why you had to go and say, he was failing in the ministry. That's why the man had no choice but to move him.
Kola, I want him to go in Parliament and denounce the agreement they had to rent them 2 tall buildings. And take that money, take that millions of dollars and pump it into corporations to fix the road. Don't come and add additional tax where we don't catch him in NN for.
Right, now he coming and talking about property tax, right? His family paying any property tax for one Alexandra place? They pay any property tax to that building? No, you're asking a question here.
Facts, man.
Everybody working hard to build a little house and whatever and thing they have, right? You come in a tax a man who's getting me back already to buy cement and sand and gravel. But all of the people that working for all the money, and plus all they're taking all their side kickbacks and whatever, all they're building, and they're passing laws, all they can't pay no property tax. But the small man now, who building chirp, had to go and pay property tax for when he working hard to build. That ain't fair, right? But
thank you, my friend.
Alright, sir, you enjoy the night.
Yeah, man. So, hey, all I feel that was a bacchanal. We're going for a commercial break. And when we come back, I'll go tell you what the PM say.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has stated that Naparima MP Rodney Charles owe this country an apology for dining with a racist French parliamentarian while he represented TNT at the United Nations. Dr. Rowley stated that he was not bashing Guyana, but simply telling Charles where he could go. The PM added that he did lose his cool because when Rodney Charles plays advisor to him and TNT, it rocks his guts.
I must admit that I did lose my cool at that moment, because when Rodney Charles comes and plays advisor to me and to Trinidad and Tobago, it rots my gut. Because I tell you why. Rodney Charles, that same Rodney Charles, he was representing us in New York as a diplomat at the United Nations. There's a racist political party in France called the Nationalist Party, run by Jean-Marie Le Pen. He died. His daughter took over that party, Marine Le Pen.
You see, Mr. Prime Minister, you're missing the point. It is not about UNC. It is not about PNM. It is about serving Trinidad and Tobago. Forget who he dined with. Forget who dined with who. You were not Venezuela. Boom, COVID-19 restrictions in Trinidad. Who fly in? Who? All I remember when Dulcie fly in? All I remember that? The man said, I didn't even know who was on the plane. They come to meet you, but you ain't know who coming. What does Trinidad and Tobago has other than oil and gas to sustain itself? I asked that question. What do we have other than oil and gas to live on, to export, to bring in US currency to Trinidad and Tobago? We have absolutely nothing. Let's talk now, man. I didn't come here to make friends, you know. I come here to change Trinidad and Tobago. I come here to change the way we're thinking. If we're going down the gutter, And we seen, and a few businessmen seen a way to change the gutter. We go let everybody go down? No. No. I'm not letting everybody go down. If they had think back then, but let me say something. They might have to think about how to get the refinery up and running. I don't expect them to think for the future. Common sense will tell you, if we don't have enough reserve here, buy, refine, sell back. A man will buy a car for 5,000, spend 5,000 behind it, like 10,000, and sell it for 15,000. That's 5,000 profit. We don't have no wheat in Trinidad. Nobody are planting wheat in Trinidad. But then flour mill making money. I'll come to Trinidad and Tobago. I ain't here to turn all stupid. I ain't here to promise and promise and promise. I'm here to bring change to all you. What kind of change? Open your eyes. Allahumma sabba arkidi alunna. Open your eyes that God gave you, and open your ears that God gave you. Ilka bauna la azibi illa. He gave you understanding, so you can understand what you're seeing and understand what you're hearing. You feel like coming here with fake promises? No. Hey, I didn't come here to make friends. I come here to demand change for Trinidad and Tobago. That is what I am doing. And thus far, like I always say, that the former AG, Faris is on a different portfolio now. So I will address Faris on a different portfolio. When he was the Attorney General, I used to thank him. Every amendment, legislation, and law that I asked for, let me tell you, the man listened to me. He analyzed it. He realized what I was standing for, and he brought it up. It passed. I congratulate him for listening to me. Now he's on a different portfolio. We're going to deal with him on a different portfolio. Rowley noted that Charles should be the person to apologize to TNT because he sold the country's public image for a plate of food.
She was not able to meet with a single diplomat in New York except Rodney Charles of Trinidad and Tobago, who agreed to have lunch with her. I found that to be offensive. I continue to find Rodney Charles a person to apologize to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, who sold out our public image for a plate of food. And to come now in the parliament, behaving the way he is behaving, and seeking to stoke division between Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana and Barbados and whoever else, it is just provoking.
If you want, it's bacchanal. No, it's Mash Up Monday. It's Mash Up Monday. Let me tell you something. Since Real Talk have been on the airwaves 4 years now, 4 years now, we have become the #1 current affairs program. We have stood at the third best news forecast for 2 consecutive years. And just now we got in our reading again, and I'm sure we climbed the ladder. I bring news to you in a different format. We just don't bring highlights. We bring highlights with in-depth discussion. You know, like when you have general election, you have an in-depth discussion of who do this and who do that and who want to do this and who have a portfolio and who have a whole list of things they want to talk about. I bring news to you in a different way. Hence the reason why we remain at the #1 current affairs program, because we're dealing with the issues, we're dealing with the facts, we're demanding change, we're demanding justice. For who? For ourselves. For ourselves. I don't run a political party. I don't affiliate with political party. I don't walk with this one and I don't walk with that. No, you don't see me in them kind of thing. Because if I start a poll on this side, they will say, "Side, you're biased, you're only talking about them." I'm not on that. I am what you call an independent senator. I'm not for no party, but I'm here to serve the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago in my capacity. That is what I'm here for. So here it is. This is just a little update for you. Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines have stated that there are no law nor policy to stop anyone from videotaping police officers on active duty, but in doing so, persons must not obstruct officers or they could face penalties under 2 laws. However, he advised that recording should be done at a safe distance between the parties involved. Listen to this.
A person who assaults, obstructs, or resists a police officer in the execution of his duty, or aids or incites another person to so assault, obstruct, or resist a police officer or a person assisting the police officer in the execution of his duty is liable on summary conviction to a fine of $10,000 and to imprisonment for 2 years.
So you hear that? According to Hines, nothing wrong with videotaping. Just stand a safe distance. I always say, when the officers doing their work, do not obstruct them because you're just bringing a case on yourself. I said that on many occasions. So this is just another update. A 49-year-old man who works in the office of the Commissioner of State Land was arrested and charged for forging government documents. Officers executed a search warrant at the man's Barataria home on Thursday, where they found several forged documents and other items, including official stamps and seals, which they suspect were used to assist in the forgery process. Sources said the documents claim to come on behalf of the Commissioner of State Land and sought money from the public. The man was charged on Saturday for forging government documents and was granted station bail with surety of $100,000. On March 18, Commissioner of Police McDonald Jacob said 2 persons have been charged in relation to fraud at the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries. Jacob was responding to questions from reporters on allegations of land fraud and corruption by former Minister of Agriculture Clarence Rambarat. So that's an update, viewers, on that. A guy have been charged. We are waiting for the details until more insight and in-depth information concerning Clarence Rambarat and his case that he's a star witness in concerning state land forged documents and individuals in forgery. So viewers, like I say, I always say this, I am not for no party. I have a portfolio in my hand, and that is to represent Trinidad and Tobago citizens in the most honest way I could think about. I don't fight for seat, I fight for justice. I fight for clarification. This is what I fight for. I fight for change. I am not affiliated with any politicians to say, well, link into a group. No, that is not me. I'm a businessman in Trinidad and Tobago, and I stand for change. This is me. This is what I stand for. And thus far, we have pushed for many amendment and legislation. We have gotten it passed. We have seen change in Trinidad and Tobago. Thus far, every Wednesday we highlight the public concerns night, where we deal with the road, the bridges, the drains, the councillors. We need change. We need change. But hey, if we have a handful of people with common sense in Trinidad, let me tell you something. Trinidad would be so much of a paradise place. So much. But nevertheless, we are out of time for tonight. But keep in mind, viewers, Real Talk Group of Companies, we are registered. I am a licensed money lender. You can get a loan as long as you have some form of collateral. You understand? We will sit down and talk. Remember, 3.5% on a fixed deposit and set up in our company, viewers. Take advantage of the 3.5%. So until we meet again, there's a rerun of this program tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. I am Saieed Ali, wishing you al-kabala zir ima antaba ula illa indaz Allah. When you want to make a change in your life, stand up. Tomorrow I'll give you a little more on that. Good night.